Don't say it.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be about the controversy surrounding Miss Chloe Bailey of the duo Chloe and Halle, the music duo. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about kind of what I've been seeing on the internet for the past few weeks regarding Chloe. It seems like every day she's the topic of conversation, and I just decided that I wanted to talk about her and just kind of talk about what's been going on. But before I do get into it, first of all, if you can hear like a banging noise, I do apologize for that. There was like a huge storm like last week, and like everyone's fences got knocked down, so I'm pretty sure like someone's building a fence. And so yeah, if that's what you hear, that's what that is. But hopefully you can't hear it. But if you can, I do apologize for that. Also, before we do get into this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notifications so that you're notified of the next time that I post a video. And yeah, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the video. So just for a little bit of context and just kind of like a background as to who Chloe Bailey even is. Chloe Bailey is a 22-year-old singer-songwriter, and she is half of the musical duo Chloe x Halle, Chloe and Halle, however you want to put it. And she is in this group with her sister. So it's two sisters, Chloe Bailey and Halle Bailey. Chloe's on the left, Halle's on the right. And they've been doing music for a very long time. They started young and they appeared in Disney's Next Big Thing. I actually remember watching them in Disney's Next Big Thing. And ever since then, they've just been on their grind, doing different projects. They recently came out with an album, I think like last year, at the beginning of last year. And they have some great bops. They've also been signed by Beyonce, and they are on the show Grownish. So they've been doing a lot recently. And I think that even though they've been in the industry for a pretty long time, over the past few years, especially like last year, they really started to gain traction and they've become more and more popular, and they've just gotten a lot of opportunities. Now, one of these opportunities actually landed with Halle, and I actually did talk about this in a video a long time ago, which I will link in the description below, about how Halle was cast as the Little Mermaid. Halle is 20 years old, turning 21, and Halle was cast as the live action Little Mermaid, and she there was controversy because she's black and she's playing the Little Mermaid, but I think she's gonna do awesome, especially if you hear her singing voice. She has such a beautiful like Disney princess type voice, which is perfect for the role. And so Halle is doing that, and because of that, Chloe and Halle they're now in like separate places. Usually they're always together. They're usually doing projects together. They're usually working together a lot, and they're very close. But now, because of the fact that Halle is filming The Little Mermaid in London, they've decided to make separate Instagram pages just so that they can kind of, exist separately from each other. They haven't had public and separate Instagram accounts before, and so they've just recently started it because of the fact that Halle's been away, and that's where the controversy surrounding Chloe begins. So like I said, Chloe and Halle decided to make separate Instagram accounts, and Chloe's, it just goes by Chloe Bailey. And over the past 2 weeks, she's garnered over 1 million followers. And notably, the joint account that Chloe and Halle have together, I think it only has about 2 million followers. So the fact that she was able to get this many followers that's kind of wild. And I think that it's a very smart decision for them to make separate accounts just so that they can, promote their music on 3 different platforms rather than just one on Instagram. So I thought that was just a smart move on their part. But, on her Instagram, Chloe just kind of posts what she wants, and it's just to me, it's a very normal Instagram account from what I see, a lot of other celebrities posting. But it's caused quite a stir on social media. This tweet actually is what prompted me to make this video. It reads, Chloe made her IG less than 2 weeks ago and is the topic of convo every day since. And that is just the truest tweet I've seen about this entire situation. Every day I see Chloe Bailey trending, like literally almost every single day. And it's just because of what she posts on her Instagram account, which is so wild to me that she can ruffle that many feathers just by what she posts. But there's reason for it. So I'm going to show you 2 videos that she's posted. She's posted more content that's just gotten a lot of people talking, but I'm just going to show you 2 videos and then come back with the rest of my video.
And never will stop. I hope close to you. Someone that could cut through. Do you miss me too? Wish you were in my room. And then you make me. I just can't escape with you by my side.
So clearly sis looks great, but she has been trending a lot, especially that busted challenge that she did went super viral. A lot of people were just like going crazy over it, and that's how she garnered so many followers. I think it's because of what she's been posting recently. And you know, she's been getting a lot of love, but then also recently she's been getting a lot of backlash for what she's been posting. And she actually went live and she started to talk about the positivity that she's received, but also the negativity and just the attention that she's been getting overall in general. And I just want to show you a few things that she said and kind of show you how she got emotional about the situation as well.
I think for every woman out there, don't change who you are to make society feel comfortable. And I'm telling myself that's not what I'm going to do. And even when I posted the video yesterday, I was posting it because I was saging and doing Palo Santo, and I was like, let's spread positive vibes. I didn't even really notice you all would talk about my ass, because I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just walking in for 1 second, 2 seconds, you know. And I feel like I've shown my ass more than I have with that. Like, if you look at our performance videos, the last performance we had in December, like, I was just so excited and on stage and just being myself. So I don't know, I just felt it was important to address it so you guys get to kind of get to know who I am more inside. And it's really hard for me to think of myself as a sexual being or an attractive being, quite frankly. So when I see all the uproar about my posts and stuff, I'm a bit confused. Like, I really don't understand, because I've never seen myself in that way or in that light. So I take it as a huge compliment that you all even think of me as a sexual, sexy being. And, you know, it's never, I don't post what I post for people to, I don't post what I post for to get attention. I don't need that. I am a very spiritual person, and I feel like during quarantine I got really close to God. So even in the lowest moments when I felt like people weren't seeing me, when people weren't paying attention to me, God was. And I've learned I don't need outside attention. So you all seeing what I'm posting is just me being me. And yeah, I just hope you can just see who I am, and that's it. So
All right, so I have a lot of thoughts about kind of this whole situation as far as it goes with Chloe kind of showing, you know, a more personal side of her that a lot of people, I guess, are not accustomed to with her. First of all, I don't get it. I don't get why people are surprised at what she's posting. You know, I've kind of been getting into Chloe and Halle recently, you know, in the past year after they had dropped their album, and their song Do It fire, absolute fire. But you know, ever since they dropped their last album, I've just been kind of checking up on them, seeing some of their performances. I think that they're super, super talented. But nothing that she's posting is anything different from how she performs. Nothing that she's posting is any different than the content that's in her music videos. You know, like, this is the type of stuff that she do on stage. And she also talked about how, like, you know, she's worn outfits that are way more revealing than the stuff that she's been posting. So I just don't get how people are acting surprised, like, oh, we've never seen the side of Chloe Bailey, as if she was like, I just don't get it. You know, I think that I just don't understand. I think that people are trying to act so oblivious or so surprised, maybe because they don't know anything about Chloe and Halle, so they don't know that this is very on par for kind of her branding and just kind of how she exists, you know, outside of Instagram, and how she's always kind of existed, and people just don't get that, I guess. But I mean, I just don't understand. That was my first thing when I first saw that people were really paying attention to this as much as they were, even with all the positivity. I'm not saying that I didn't want there to be positivity about this, but I am saying I was just confused as to why everyone was acting so surprised. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Why is everyone acting surprised? She's literally doing things that she always does. But what also got to me is the fact that the content that she's posting is not different from anything else that any other influencers, you know, female celebrities post all the time. If you've been on Instagram for like 2 months, then you know this for like a fact. The amount of women that I have seen on my timeline in less than nothing, almost like next to nothing, is just, I see it all the time. I thought that we were all desensitized to, first of all, I thought that we were all adults. Number one. Number two, I thought that everyone was kind of desensitized, or at least I am. Maybe that's because I'm a woman. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm on social media a lot. I don't know. But I thought that, like, if you exist on social media on, like, as an average human being, then, like, you've seen this a lot. So I don't understand why everyone is going in on Chloe Bailey. It's weird. It's like everyone is so girl power. Everyone was like, oh, you know, embrace your body, embrace everything about yourself, you know, show your body off if you want to. But then as soon as Chloe does it, somehow she's crossing some type of line. It's like somehow people have a problem with her just kind of existing the same way that any other celebrity or influencer exists. I see these pictures all the time from different celebrities, and they don't get the same backlash that Chloe Bailey has been getting recently, and it's just kind of weird. I didn't think that the things that she posted would get this much attention, positively or negatively, because it's so on par with what a lot of other people post all the time. However, I think now I'm starting to understand the backlash. Not that I agree with the backlash, because I don't. But I understand why people are having such a hard time believing that Chloe Bailey can exist the same way that, like, everyone else exists on social media. I think that one of the reasons is because people do not understand that celebrities are multifaceted. Especially celebrities that don't share as much with us. You know, people don't know that much about Chloe Bailey. People don't know that much about Halle Bailey. People don't know that much about some of these celebrities who have been kind of more low key. So when she makes her own Instagram page, you're finally getting to see more of who she is as an individual, rather than how she exists as a singer-songwriter in a duo with her sister, or as an actress, or things of that nature. So I think that, you know, the content that she's posting is just not what people expected, because people did not know that much about her to begin with. But she does not have to exist in the box that you've made for her. She does not have to exist in the Barbie doll box that you've created for her. She does not have to fit into the mold that you have created for her in your head, because that's just what you've created for her in your head. She does not have to exist the same way that she existed when we first met her back on Disney Channel like 10 years ago. She is 22 years old. She's a grown woman. And people are multifaceted. People have all types of interests. People have all types of things that they want to share with the world. And it kind of sucks. Well, it just sucks that as soon as she does start to share what she wants to share and does start to share things that she's shared on her Finsta, because she's had a Finsta, and if you don't know what that is, it's a fake Instagram page. So basically it is a page that's really dedicated to like people who are close to you, for you to post stuff that you like really want to post, but you don't want to post it on your main page. She's just posting things that she's posted on her Finsta. And you know, as Hallie said in her, as Chloe said in her Instagram live, she was like, I really don't get the hype. Like, this is just kind of me. And I think that what is happening, at least one of the things that's happening, is the fact that people don't know her. So it's just like kind of, it's just not meeting the expectations that people have of her, which is not her fault. It's everyone else's fault. Also, this kind of reminds me of the situation that we've seen with a lot of child actors. I know that Chloe and Hallie started very young, and they've been kind of like sweethearts of the music industry, of like the Black music industry, for a while now. They've been, you know, they're signed by Beyonce, so they're kind of seen as like Beyonce's little nieces. And we've known them again for about 10 years. I feel like 10 years, you know, ever since I first saw them on Disney Channel's Next Big Thing that they did. So we've always kind of seen them as like little girls. But we have to remember that Chloe is 22 years old, almost 23 years old. And this situation reminds me of Zendaya, because a lot of people there's been a lot of backlash with Zendaya's new movie, Malcolm and Marie. It's starring Zendaya and John David Washington, I believe that's his name, Denzel Washington's son. He's 36 and she's 24, and they did this movie where they're a couple, and, you know, they're a couple in the movie, and people, I guess, are trying to talk about the age gap. You know, I guess everyone's a predator now. You know, if you date a 30-year-old and you're 50, you're a predator. I guess that's how things are now. But I think that people don't want to let these women grow up. This, you know, we fail to realize Zendaya isn't actually an adult. She is a grown woman. She is 24 years old. She recently said that in an interview, like, I'm a grown woman. People are going to have to understand that at some point. She can't play a teenager forever. The same way that Chloe Bailey, she cannot act as a teenager. She can't act as a little kid. She can't act as, you know, the Black music industry's darling forever. She can't act that way because that's just not who she is anymore. She is a grown woman, and she's allowed to act as a grown woman. And honestly, this type of stuff, this type of backlash, and just people making a mountain out of a molehill, this is what makes celebrities dissociate in the first place. This is why you don't really know that much about some people, because they see how people react to them being human, being multifaceted, being normal, and not meeting the expectations that people have of them in their heads. She can't please everybody. She can only be herself, and people are going to find a way to have a problem with that. And then you wonder why a lot of these celebrities have chosen to not share anything, have chosen to stay off of social media, have chosen to keep pregnancy secret, have chosen to do all of these things because people can't handle when they act like normal human beings. But just in general, in my opinion, I don't get the big deal about what she posts. I just don't even get that, because it's just so on par with how everyone else posts on Instagram. It just doesn't even make sense to me in that regard. So this whole situation, I feel like, is so dragged out, and I feel bad for Chloe that she has to go through this, especially alone, because, you know, this is her first time really getting attention alone without her sister. And, you know, this is her first time really getting attention alone without her sister. And, you know, this is her first time really getting attention alone without her sister. And, you know, this is her first time really getting attention alone without her sister. And, you know, this is her first time really getting attention alone without her sister. And, you know, this is her first time really getting attention alone without her sister. And, you know, this is her first time really getting attention alone without her sister. And, you know, this is her first time really getting attention alone without her sister. And, you know, this is her first time really getting attention alone without her sister. And, you know, this is her first time really getting attention alone without her sister. And, you know, this is her first time really getting attention alone without her sister. And, you know, this is her first time really getting attention alone without her sister. And, you know, this is her first time really getting attention alone without her sister. And, you know, this is her first time really getting attention alone without her sister. And, you know, this is her And I just feel bad that she has to go through that and that people are making something negative out of just her being her. But I am happy that she's getting recognition for just being awesome. She did this one video on her Instagram where she was like making beats and she was like producing, and it was so cool, and I've seen so many people react to that in such a positive way. So I think that moving forward, people just need to understand that she is grown, that she does not exist as the Barbie doll version of her that you've made in her head, that she is multifaceted, that she is a human being, and that again, she is grown and she's going to do what grown people do. And if you don't like that, click off the page. But yeah, I just feel bad for her just because something that could be so positive turned so negative so quickly. But hopefully she just keeps kind of doing her and, you know, existing as like a positive person. You know, I've never heard any scandals of her or her sister or anything like that because they seem like genuinely cool people. So I just hope that she kind of understands that social media is kind of a cruel place, but can still keep moving forward on social media and just doing her thing regardless of what other people say. So that is it for me. Please enjoy this obligatory Tom Holland picture as I close out. But yeah, those are my thoughts about this entire situation and just kind of why I think there's so much backlash concerning Chloe. I just think that it's a lot of like projection and just people acting surprised for no reason. So it's just the whole situation is very dumb to me. But I really want to talk about it because I just think that it's an interesting conversation about the fact that like we really don't know these people, and so finding out that they are different from how we envision them to be is like so shocking for so many people, and I think that's where a lot of the backlash lies. But yeah, that is it for me. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below what you think of, you know, this entire situation, what you think of, you know, Chloe's Instagram posts and just the backlash and everything like that. Please do subscribe if you have not already. Turn on the post notifications so that you're notified of the next time that I post a video. Also follow me on Twitter. My Twitter will be in the description below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.